Welcome, fellow dreamers.
Welcome, fellow followers.
Welcome to Northland Homestead. So today is a very cozy little chat. We've got blankets, I've got eggnog, and we're just going to have a very casual talk. You can put this on your phones and just kind of go about your day if you want to treat it kind of like a podcast, or just cozy up with a drink yourself and enjoy a little chat about goals for the new year. But either way, let's get into it. So Ethan and I had a little business meeting, I think a day or two ago or something like that, where we kind of shared all about what we wanted this new year to be. And we have a notebook now full of several pages of all of our ideals for this coming year. And I'm not going to share every single one of them because that would be a very long video. But we're going to kind of go over the highlights about what we want this year to be. And maybe it will inspire you guys to also kind of follow along or start thinking about your goals for the coming year.
Christmas was really great, but we really like New Year's too. It's a good chance to just start fresh, really just get a second wind, sort of, it feels like.
Yeah, we're not partiers, so we don't throw a party or, do anything epic for the new year, but we still really enjoy it. We kind of get excited together about our resolutions, and admittedly, most years we haven't always followed through, but I have every hope that this year will be different because this past year was very different.
And I think we don't really see it as I'm going to make this wild resolution and I'm going to make it happen. It's more just about feeling a new sense of energy and what do you kind of want the overall feel of the year to be, something like that. And it's just a lot of fun to talk about and just to think about what the next year is going to look like.
Definitely. We made a lot of progress last year about, making a lot of changes that we wanted to make. So we made different categories about types of goals that we had and listed every single goal we could think of for that category. And the first one was our homestead goals. So this included anything that was our home related, outside and indoor.
There's a lot of things around here that we'd really like to do. A lot of things, honestly, I really wanted to do last year, but it just seems like there's never enough time. You end up just kind of having things that have to bleed over into the next year. So the list is kind of long, but I suppose that's always true.
By kind of long, he means 27 separate goals, which are quite a few. Some of them are pretty minor, like changing out the faucet in our kitchen and the bathroom, little things like that. And some of them are big. Like, I really want to put in some raised beds and expand our garden, because we have a garden space that we've shown you that's fenced in with the deer fence and everything, but it's not very big. And it's also pretty far away from the house. So it's just sort of out of sight, out of mind. It's even behind our garage. So you literally can't see it unless you walk over there.
Right.
So yeah, I don't think it's very accessible. And it's also pretty hidden from the sun. This big tree kind of blocks it from sunlight as well as the garage itself. So it's not the best location. So I'd really like to expand our garden with some raised beds.
So we started kind of working on the kitchen and the dining room, but just have had other things going on. Really want to get those things finished up. It's never fun to start a project and then it just sits there for a while other things are taking
Which
your time.
Is so like us.
Yeah.
Comment below or like this video if you and your spouse are also this way.
Right. So it's always great. You have a lot of energy in the beginning and then other things just kind of take you away from it. But really want to finish up that project in the dining room. Also get into the kitchen, get the cabinets finished up, and just do some of those minor remodeling things that we want to get done.
Yeah, absolutely. We did get the wallpaper done in the dining room finally after 6-7 months?
Yeah.
Something like that. But we do still need to do the beadboard and the trim. So it's little things like that, just finishing those projects up. Our next category of goals was channel goals. So the goals that we have for this channel. I think there's been a lot of growing pains that came with starting this channel, and it's been a little bit hard to find our groove about what we wanted to make videos about. And there's so many different facets to my personality and interests, so it's been really interesting to explore all of those things, but also finding out what you guys like and what you connect with, and trying to make content that you really enjoy. So please comment below if you have any preferences or ideas about what you want to see in this channel, and we'd be happy to make that for you. This channel is for you guys. It's an expression of our creativity and our life together, but it's also, you know, for you to enjoy. So we really would appreciate any feedback about what you guys want to see, and we'll try to do that for you.
And beyond even just what you want to see, how you want to see it. Some people really like tutorials. Some people really like just to, you know, to have a vibe set. And really, we like doing both. So whatever it might be, whatever you'd like to see, you know, us dig into more, just let us know, and we'd be happy for the feedback.
Absolutely. And we also want to see this channel grow and hopefully be monetized, because that allows us to continue to make videos comfortably. And yeah, we right now are making all of these videos for free, which we're happy to do because we enjoy doing it, but also obviously we hope to be able to support our family off of this someday. So that's a goal of ours, is to get our channel monetized this year. Our next big category was health goals, and this one was kind of bigger. I think in years past, we definitely had goals of losing weight and things like that. And obviously we still do. This channel was started with the whole idea of homesteading towards wellness and health. And we've made a lot of progress this year. I lost almost 40 pounds. You lost...
I think it was
30?
somewhere around like 27, 28.
Okay, so close to 30 pounds, which is wonderful and a huge step in the right direction. But we want to go further, and I think we both feel we did pretty good this year, but there's lots of room to grow, and we're going to kind of recommit to some of our goals and objectives that we started last year.
Usually we start the year with some kind of crash diet idea, and I'm so glad we're not doing that this year. It's so nice to have found a lifestyle that fits us, that is something that truly is a year-long, step-by-step kind of thing versus just trying to go all out in January. It's exciting to think that we're going to start this new year fresh and be able to just have our goals in front of us and to work at those day by day. And it's really great to be able to share those with you. I think with our health, we certainly want to lose weight, but also we want to learn a lot more about nutrition. What are the benefits of the things that we're going to be growing in our garden this year? How can we cook them into various kind of meals? How can we really optimize our health? And that's the great thing about doing homesteading to wellness, is it's going to be good for weight loss, sure, but it's also just going to be great for our overall health, our long-term health, our mental health, and it's really great to be able to share that.
Absolutely. I took a class actually in college in nutrition and considered studying nutrition as my major. Ultimately, I went with other things, but I think that was a really great class that did teach me some of the basics. But man, there is so much to learn when it comes to nutrition, and I feel like it barely scratched the surface. I know that with homesteading, there's a lot of things like kefir grains and sourdough bread and fermentations and how all of that supports gut health. But there's so much to learn in that whole field that I don't know and plan to learn more about. So I'm definitely going to take you guys along as I learn more. But that's definitely a passion of ours this year, is to learn more about nutrition and gut health and how to cook with vegetables. It's not something that I've ever really known how to do, to be honest, other than like incorporating them into a soup or, you know, having a salad or something like that. But I've never actually tried stir fry, believe it or not. I know that that's like a very basic kind of meal that many people have eaten or, you know, made themselves, and I've never made it or eaten it before. So I definitely want to explore more recipes this year and step out of my comfort zone when it comes to cooking and make more broader, more nutritious meals. So that's big on in our goals, as well as exercising every day. We can tend to be a little bit sedentary. A lot of my hobbies are sedentary, and I would say the same is true for Ethan. He likes to play music a lot, and different things on his computer and things. So it's a lot of just kind of sitting and knitting or reading a book or painting or sewing, but all of these things are sitting. So we really want to exercise more this year and not just be sitting down as much as we have in the past. The next category of goals was work goals. So I'm actually trying to write books as well as do YouTube. So that's on my list of goals this year, is to finish a book. I've actually been writing 2 different books. One is a children's book and one is a novel. So I really want to find a literary agent, finish my stories, and get them published. Those are goals of mine for this year.
And for me, I have various hobbies and things that I'm working on. I also like to write. I like to create music, play music, but just also I wanted to kind of compile an album, a live album this time. I've put one out already that's more electronic, but there's just a lot of things that I want to kind of work on with that this year. And so just kind of having a little more consistency of putting time into those things would be really good.
Our next category of goals is hobby goals. So kind of what Ethan was talking about, for him it's often music related because Ethan has a passion for music and he's a great musician. He plays drums, piano, bass, guitar. Am I missing any?
No, but I honestly would love to learn another instrument. I know our son is actually learning to play in band at school, so maybe I'll steal his instrument and start working with it. But
yeah, he's playing the clarinet, and he's got a lot to learn because he's just a little 6th grader and he just started learning. So that would be great if Ethan can learn to play with him. But for myself, one of my biggest hobby goals is to continue to sew more and learn more about sewing, because my goal is to eventually sew all of my wardrobe. I really love cottagecore dresses, and that's just my personal style, but unfortunately they don't tend to make cottagecore dresses for plus size women as much as they do for the regular, normal, whatever you want to call them, sizes. So it's been really hard for me to find dresses that really speak to me. So making them for myself is something that's high on my priority list. I also have little goals of learning how to crochet. I know how to knit, but I'd like to learn how to crochet, quilt, and also do more with drawing and painting, because I'm not very good at those, but I enjoy it. So we definitely have a lot of little hobbies that we enjoy and we want to improve upon.
Another category is our financial goals. We've never really been that good at staying on an actual budget. We've got a good idea of what our expenses are, what's coming in, but we'd like to be a little more intentional about the actual numbers of what's going into savings and for what and things like that, because there's various things we want to do. So we want to kind of take our finance game to the next level and actually start having a plan and start executing that plan specifically.
Our next category was parenting goals. We definitely love our boys with all of our hearts, and we just want to obviously be taking account of where we are with them, because they're changing so much and so fast. If any of you are parents, you know how much they change so fast, and especially at this age. They're gonna be 9 and 12 this coming year, and puberty is setting in, and there's so many conversations to have and so many things to teach them, and so we have a lot of goals about parenting our boys and just learning more about their autism and getting them the help they need. There's been a lot of appointments lately to get them help, and just those sorts of parenting goals.
The last category to focus on are our experiences as individuals, but also as a family. Things that we want to go do, places we want to visit, whether it be a vacation or just something we do over the weekend. We have a lot of things in Michigan to explore. We're still very new to the state and to the area. So we would like to start to explore some of those things this year.
Absolutely. And as I've shared on this channel, I really want to go on my first backpacking trip. But I can't obviously do that in the snow. Well, I mean, I could, but I don't think that's smart to, make that your first backpacking experience. But I'm going to wait until it warms up but I really want to do that. And I also really want to go on a camping trip as a family. Our youngest especially really wants to do that. So we also really want to try fishing. We practiced once and we put it on the channel, but it was really mostly just practicing the swing, you know, to get it out into the water, and somehow failed at even just that. But we have a lot to learn, obviously, so it's little things like that, learning how to fish, and going on like little backpacking trips. We would really like to take a vacation this year because we didn't last year. So yeah, we have a little bit of goals for that. But I hope that this encourages you guys to set your own goals or resolutions for the coming year. I think it's really been nice to separate it into categories like we did, and kind of list absolutely everything we could think of for that category. And we'll be able to reference this for the whole year. I'm kind of old school and still like to have, you know, paper and pen to write these things out, but you know, you can do a tablet or your phone or whatever works for you. But I think this has been a really great little way to kind of talk about what the year before was, all of the successes, the failures, and kind of get pumped and rejuvenated and excited about the coming year.
Yeah, it's going to be really great. I think it's just going to be fun to go into a new year and to have a full year of this channel, whereas last year I think we started in May. So to be able to take it from January to December and be able to look back on the whole year, everything we did, all of our month recaps, everything that we were able to accomplish, it's going to be really fun to see. So obviously we want you to come along and hope you enjoy it, and let us know what you think and what you're working on.
Yeah. Comment below what your New Year's resolutions or goals are this year. We'd really love to hear what you guys are working on and get inspired for ourselves as well. We're all in this together. Let's, you know, work together to make 2024 the best year possible. And if you're not subscribed to this channel and you feel interested in our content, we'd appreciate you subscribing to our channel, because like I said, we're really trying this year to get our channel monetized, and we're about a quarter of the way there, so we'd really appreciate you guys subscribing and liking or commenting, because it really helps us out. So thank you so much for being here, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.
See ya.